It's Bodie! Can't control his liquor. You wagging your tail? Are you wagging your tail? Okay, let's get down. Oh, ooh, a little bit of a headache. Welcome back, guys. I'm Jules. That was Bodie, my best boy. Best dog ever. Best dog ever. So, hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for coming back for another weekly update. Yeah, it's, what is it? We just arrived in October, so it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. This time, next week we'll be boarding a plane to fly to Florida, see the mom and pops, and it's going to be fun. Really looking forward to relaxing with them and just catching up, and we're gonna go see the ocean and maybe do some things. So we're I know I'm like really excited. We're both excited to go down and see them, so that should be good. So lots to talk about today. Let me think first we're going to talk about stitching progress. So let's start from the smallest to the biggest. I worked on 3 projects this week, and the first one is the Garden of the Gods, the mini Garden of the Gods. I started stitching on these blues. I was like, ooh, I should stitch some blue. And it's mostly like a blue and kind of an orange red pattern. I'll put a picture of what it actually looks like, but this is the midpoint of the mini. And did I mark this one? I think the midpoint of the mini is like somewhere here. I'm not 100% sure, but I marked that up there. But I just need to kind of continue to sort of keep making progress. I am at 9.4% on this. So this one's kind of sad. I think I did about 400 or 500 stitches on it this week. So just lots of different shades of blue, literally. So there's that one. And then the apothecary shop. I was all proud of myself for my progress this week because I felt like I made like noticeable progress. And so we've gotten down a ways, but then when I actually looked at the amount that I've stitched, where's my numbers? Where'd they go? I have about 6,800 stitches left, but it's only 36% done. I was like, oh no, thought I had a lot more done than that. But anyway, so here's this one. So it's coming along nicely. I really like it. I like it a lot. Am I going to be done in time for Halloween? I think I will. I just got to focus on it. Maybe that'll be the one I take to Florida. That way I can take just, all I have to worry about is taking black floss. And I can stitch on the plane, stitch in the airport, theoretically. We'll see. We'll see what I do. But yeah, there's that. What's up next? Oh, what's up next? Like, I don't know. Old World Map 2. I got about 450 to 500 stitches done on it this week. And I kind of branched out a little bit from staying over here and moved over here. A lot of the reds, there's some of the blues that I filled in this area up here. So, ooh, really slow going, as you can imagine. It always is. But let me tell you my progress so far, because I just did all the math. And it hurts my brain to do all the math. So, I'm at 10.82% done. Oh. 75,442 stitches done. I started the year at about 61,860. So roughly, I've done about, well, that's not right. Okay, I don't know how many I've done, but oh no, I do. It's like 14,600 stitches in this year. That might be a record for all the years I've had this pattern. And let's see, I've got 6,418 stitches left to go to meet my goal. You recall that at the beginning of the year, I was like, I want to stitch 20,000 stitches into this project this year. I really need to start making some progress. And I've largely accomplished that. Honestly, for it being the first week of October and there's 12 weeks left in the year, I'm actually like surprised, you probably are too, that I'm actually still within finishing distance of that goal, or meeting distance of that goal. I have to do about 530 stitches a week from here on out with no breaks to reach that goal. So I can do it. I need to kind of jump. I need to get as much done as I can, like on the early side of that, because I know things are going to come up and I'm not going to be able to stitch in certain times. I'm definitely not bringing it with me to Florida. I'm not putting this baby on a plane. That's just not good. Not good for it. Not good for me if something were to happen. But yeah, so that's my stitching for the week. I like having the little, medium, and then the supersized piece, and I just kind of bounce back and forth between. Honestly, it's just kind of like whatever I feel like doing a particular week. I could end up popping out Rainy Waterloo because I still have the goal of finishing that one by the end of the year. You know, will it happen? It could. It could. I have to really kind of get a stitching bug, like crazy stitching bug. Let me put this down a little bit. No, I just slung my head. As long as my hair's not cut off. I got a haircut a couple days ago, so it parts in the center, but it's not supposed to. It actually parts like here and a heart there, but for right now with nothing in it, it kind of parts down the center. But so yeah, stitching. So okay, I don't mean to do that. Did I just literally do that to myself like L for loser? No, didn't mean to do that. I've been like messing with my head a lot since my haircut, so I can't believe I did that to myself. Anyway, sorry, I'm just babbling. So what else? So stitching. So I realized that I am definitely having struggles with maintaining stitching like as I'm doing it, and there's a couple different reasons for it. One is that I'm listening to a lot more short YouTube videos, and I'm still playing my little game that I play on my tablet. That really doesn't help. Once I finish the game, and that's my goal, is to actually pretty much finish the game, I won't have to worry about that anymore. I'll have more time, but I really like last night. I'm like, I'm not listening to audiobooks, and I'm not listening to like a lot of long form videos on YouTube. It's gotten a lot shorter what I listen to. So I need to really like get back into the audiobooks. And I tried that last night, and it just takes practice. But I think once the weather turns cooler, and it honestly hasn't quite yet, but once it does turn cooler, we will be able to maintain, I think, we as an I, or maybe Bodhi if he helps, but I'll be able to maintain a hopefully a good stitching routine for this fall. We'll see. But anyway, that's it. That's going on for stitching. Let me show you guys the new patterns. Are there any new patterns? I forgot to look at last week's video to see what I already showed you guys. So let me pull up. Almost everything is posted from last week. Let's look here. And I can't remember, what did I do this past week? Oh, I could just look it up. So today is the 2nd. So what was that, like the 26th? Okay, so everything after, okay, so the stuff I sent on September 30th, which is actually already back from Daphne, which is crazy. There's 4 that I'm publishing like today and tomorrow. There's 4 of those. I have everything that I talked about last week got published. The Maine Coon, Golden Retriever, Seahorse, the Walk in the Night thing, all that got published. So what we're talking about now is the mini Happy Scarecrow. Did I show you guys that one last week? It's a little bitty baby thing. Not baby thing, but it's a little bitty thing. Not full coverage. So you guys can definitely, I feel like I'm cutting my chin off. And so, not full coverage, so you guys are able to probably stitch through this one much faster. Just in time for fall. And then the other ones the other 2 that are colored, one is Autumn Bench, which again is not full coverage. And that's but it's still like a medium-ish. I want to say it's like 150 by 180 or something along those lines. But it's got a nice little bit of detail, just a nice fall, autumn scene with a bench and a banky and a leaves falling from a tree. And then on this one, I actually did a mini cross stitch. I did a mini pattern for it, so that one has really come up and is nice. Let me pull up the dimensions. It's 120 by 120, again, not full coverage, so use that background. What I use as white, you can use that as anything you'd like to. Yeah, 120 by 120, so it's like, yeah, it's a lot less stitching than the full coverage one. So but that came out really nice. I like that one a lot. And then I got another monochrome that I'm really psyched about. So another wildlife. I've gotten all kinds of different, like the elephant, the tiger, and lions, and just all different kinds of things. And along those lines, I now have, well, I'm calling him a stag. I know he's a deer, but I figure if I call him the stag, then more people will understand. Yeah, anyway, so so it came out really nice, and I don't think, hold on, stand by, I want to see how many stitches it is. I mean, it came out so beautiful. Guys, it's less than 7,000 stitches. It's really not big at all. I was very happy to get that as small as I could. So I'm getting ready to publish that one as well. That one should be up shortly. I would classify this technically as a mini, but no, as a medium, but it's pretty close to a mini. So less than 7,000 stitches. It's pretty good, pretty good. Speaking of the putting the patterns on Etsy and whatnot. So I mentioned a few weeks back, maybe it was last week, that Etsy has started to allow us to bundle packages of products together. Only 3, up to 3 at this time, but and once a pattern has been put in a bundle, it can't be put in another bundle, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but and probably makes it easier for Etsy at some point. But anyway, so the so it's one of those things where I've got a lot of those now. I put a lot of those together today too. I probably put another dozen or so. I took all of those what do you call them, tarot cards, those monochrome tarot cards, and I bunched them in like 3, put the 3 signs first and then the second 3 signs in the next bundle, and moved it like that, and then just did a bunch of different other bundles. I did add the mini autumn bench in with, I think, a Christmas thing and then something else, but I don't really know. I don't think there's a place you can go and look to see what's bundled. I think it's just one of those things when you pick a product, it'll show you if it's part of a bundle. So I'm trying to get everything as part of a bundle because that would be nice. And every bundle is 25% off, so that's really good deal compared to the norm. I think right now I have a 15 or 20% off sale across all of Etsy. And don't ask me why I haven't gotten my act together on the website. My brain can only hold so much. You guys know that. And I need to focus on that. I need to get that, more content and a sale and some emails, all kinds of things going, but I just haven't gotten there yet. But that, with what I added, actually, if I publish these 2 patterns tonight, that'll make 570 patterns published on the Etsy store, which is pretty awesome. Not really close to the 1,000 that I wanted to be at. It's still quite a lot. Actually, let me see, where did I start? Oh, I didn't bother to write down how many patterns I started with, but I guess I kept records of it. I'll have to go back and look and see how many that I did. Actually, okay, wait, no, I wanted to do a total of 250 patterns for the year, and I might be halfway there. Oh, sorry. I might be halfway. I might be over halfway there. We'll have to see. But anyway, so I have been working on some other things. A lot of it's color stuff. Some of it's bigger color than normal. But I've been working on that. And yeah, I think that's it for the stitching stuff. Let me see. So I wrote myself some notes, and now I don't understand what I wrote. What is SAK? Oh, sale. I already talked about that. I can't read my own handwriting. More bundles. Talked about Florida. yeah, so the only other thing, I am going to start yawning. Pause. Apologies for the red eyes. That was me with a gigantic yawn. I'm glad I didn't do it on camera. But okay, so the last thing is I hope those of you who watch my videos um, are, well, I figured you're probably not in certain areas of the country that got hit by that hurricane last week. Um, Thankfully, it missed my mother and my brother who live in Georgia. It went east instead of going north through them, but it did curl around and it hit, as you guys probably know, Asheville, North Carolina. My aunt and uncle live in Nashville, or Asheville. They've lived there for 25 plus years, a long, long time. Um, I used to live outside of Asheville. I lived in Little Brevard, just south of Asheville. That was where I had my very first veterinary job when I got out of school. And it's like all messed up down there. I have spoke with my uncle a couple times since everything. In case you guys haven't been paying attention, massive hurricane, like 1,000-year flood, like 2+ feet of water, and in the North Carolina mountains, they're not like the Colorado mountains, in which like the Colorado mountains are tall, but they're so tall that there's wide valleys, like just wide valleys between them, and you can't really gather as much rain coming down to cause, like you have to go way down into like the smaller places to get like any kind of flooding. But even then, like it doesn't rain like that in Colorado. And I'm not trying to like jinx myself because I would love there to be a lot of rain, but it doesn't rain in the mountains like that here. It's just too high. But North Carolina's a different situation because it's, how tall are the Appalachians? I'm trying to remember. I think they're like 5,000 or 6,000 feet or something like that. So I forget how high up they are, but a lot of massive flooding, a lot of bridges wiped out, roads wiped out, houses completely like either torn off their foundations or they stayed and the water basically just flooded the entire place and like all the way up to the roof. So if you're inside your house, you ain't gonna make it. And from the sounds of it, from my uncle, like there are a fair number of people that was the case. So yeah, so they're doing fine. They actually got cell phone service back a couple of days after the hurricane, and they have a neighbor that has a generator, so they're able to go and charge their phones. So they're able to kind of keep in contact with the family, let us know how everybody's doing. You know, they just in their little neighborhood there, they've kind of pulled together and helping each other out with whatever they need, sharing food, and when you know, there's just a lot going on. So they're going to be there for a little while longer. They have sewer, thankfully. There's no water. The water to virtually the entire town has been cut off because pipes broke way up in the mountains, and let's go fix the pipes. Well, we can't get to those pipes because all the roads are washed out and the bridges are gone. And so, like the hospitals is bringing in water tankers. Just it's crazy right now. So it's gonna be a long, long road for those folks. And if by any chance, if you know anybody that's there, or you know, I feel for you. I hope your family, I hope everybody you love is okay. But that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. So yeah. But anyway, I may see him a little bit later in the fall. But we'll see how it goes. He's the one that always comes out, and we go up to Estes Park with them sometimes. We used to, and so they haven't been out for really hardly at all since COVID. So, all right, is that it? Oh, I was gonna say I was complaining about the weather roundaboutly. Yeah, it was 88 degrees here today or something. I mean, we've had like one day where it was like low 70s, high 60s, maybe 2 days. And at night, it's been getting down to like the low 50s, high 40s. But man, I'm ready for some cooler weather. I'm ready for some like jacket weather and whatnot. And so it's around the corner. It's around the corner. And supposedly, when we're in Florida, it's supposed to be quite cool. Actually, I need to tell my husband that so he packs appropriately. But From the looks of it, the forecast, it's going to be like highs in the 70s. And well, shoot, it's going to be, I mean, it's going to feel a lot colder there. So that'll be interesting. That's going to be vastly different from the time we went there on the 4th of July. Was it July? It was July, later in July, I think it was. I can't remember exactly. But when it was like ridiculously hot when we got there. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. So raining too, of course. All right, well, I think that's about it. I gotta download this video, upload this video, all those things, edit the video. Well, I really edit it, I just put the photos in. So that's it for now. I hope you guys are getting a lot of good stitching done. And if you've reached out to me on Etsy, special requests and things like that, that is on my list tonight to send things out to people. So we should be able to get going with that. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.